Hi guys, welcome back to the Desk Corner. Welcome to a new video. I apologize for the lack of video last week as I was adjusting to a new work schedule, kind of transitioning between jobs, and I became very busy and realized I wouldn't be able to get a video out that week. So I apologize for that. I also kind of appreciated a bit of a break as I've been very in my head about YouTube and my channel lately. So anyways, I thought today it would be a great idea to compare the Faber Castell 9000 graphite pencils here that I've owned for a while now and that I like to use primarily as my, my primary graphite set. I was going to compare those to the new Graphite Matt Pencils by Faber Castell, which you might have seen me unboxing and trying out for the first time in a video a couple months back when I first got them. Now when I open up the tin, and I don't have the tin for the Faber Castells with me on hand at the moment, but when I open up the tin you can see that these are matte black in their casing here compared to the green shiny casing of the normal Faber Castell graphite pencils. This set has 2B to 12B, so it's a 6 set, so 2B, 4B, 6B, 8B, 10B, 12B, and I have a larger set of my normal graphite pencils, and the highest I actually have for these ones is 8B. So obviously you can already tell that there's going to be a difference in the amount of values that you're able to achieve between these two sets, but I thought it would be fun to make a video reflecting on the other differences and do a couple of fun drawings with each of these sets as well. And yeah, so I think that's enough for the intro. Let's go ahead and jump straight into trying out some drawings and doing some tests with these pencils. I just want to do a quick swatch before we get into drawing, just so you guys can see the difference between my darkest value that I have from each set. So from the matte graphite set I have 12B, and I think you can actually get like 14B too, so this isn't even the darkest that you can go. But the darkest you can go in the Faber Castell 9000 set is 8B. So I just want to show you guys the difference between, I'm going to say 9000 and matte. And this is matte 12B and 9000 8B. Because the difference in value is going to make a difference when we're working on our drawings. And so I just want to be upfront with that before we actually get started, because there's going to be a value difference in my two drawings here. So there's the 9000 8B, and here is the matte 12B. Also, you can see that that lays down differently already than the 8B from the Faber Castell set. So even if I darken this one up a little bit, you could still see that we have a pretty big difference in values here. So our drawings are definitely going to turn out a little bit different because I'm not going to use anything else to darken anything. Now, if I move this around a little bit, there's not a whole lot of light shining right now, but you can kind of see that shine on the 9000 8B. You guys can see that as I'm moving it around, more so than on the matte pencil. You can't really see too much of a shine difference. So even though there's going to be a little bit of shine for this one, but it's not going to be quite as intense as this one, which could also help to create the illusion of more contrast, because when this hits a certain light, your drawing starts to look flat. And that's a major reason why I struggle with graphite pencils and why I don't always like to use them. So I think I want to draw some cute furry animals for our demonstrations, and then we'll compare them at the end. So to start out, I'm going to be doing the demonstration of the matte graphite pencils, and I picked to draw a cat for my subject here because I really do love cats. If you guys have been subscribed long enough, you might know that about me, but if you're new here, yes, I really do love cats. So I decided to make that the subject, and I went in with the 12B right away and started adding in all those dark values just to see if I could get them as dark as I wanted within a few layers, and I was pretty impressed by how dark I was able to get with these, or how dark I was able to go with these pencils. And as you could see, even with my first layers of those dark shaded areas, they are looking pretty close to black. I mean, they're not going to get as dark as a charcoal pencil, of course, but they are getting pretty close compared to a normal graphite pencil. So one thing I always struggle with is drawing fur, and especially with these pencils, they're not quite as smooth as they glide across the paper as normal graphite pencils. So I was trying to create some fur strokes and still get that texture, even though I'm not the best at creating that fur texture. I was trying to get that fur texture still without sharpening the pencils all that much. I sharpened them a few times to try to get some really fine details, and I think that they did a pretty good job. They don't go on quite as smoothly as normal graphite, and I can't really describe the way that they feel. And I feel like it's one of those things where you have to just try it yourself to see, because they definitely feel a bit different, and not everybody might like that feel that they have to them. But as I advanced with my drawing here, you could kind of see it really coming together, and those first strokes look just fine. And so you could see I'm just using a few different techniques to get longer hair strokes or fur strokes, and then shorter ones like around the nose and areas like that. I always find it difficult to create fine fur strokes depending on if I need to just like add additional detail or whatever it might be. I find it hard because you need to both make it look like everything's clustered together and soft, but at the same time you need there to be some degree of detail as well. So for this drawing I decided to go with a higher degree of like detail, because you could see everything in the picture, in the reference photo I mean, in quite detail, like a good amount of detail anyways. So I'm going in just trying to, you know, experiment with the pencils with a couple different textures. You have the smooth texture of the eyes and the nose contrasted with the fur texture. And so I'm able to really explore with these pencils a lot with a drawing like this. And this did take me quite a while, I will admit. It did take me a couple days because I didn't have too much time to work on it in one sitting. But I really do like how this drawing turned out. I was actually quite happy with it. And when you look at it, and I'll show you guys a comparison at the end, I'll kind of like test for graphite shine. But when you look at it, you could see that the values are not changing a whole lot based on lighting or anything like that, as I move the paper around ever so slightly, as I'm kind of just like working on fur on the bottom part of the cat and towards its chin and everything. Oh, I did create a bit of a shadow underneath the cat as well. It just seemed like since the cat was kind of resting its head against the floor, I kind of needed to add that shadow there for it to look natural, I guess you could say. And so I just kind of added that there. And then the body of the cat kind of in the background, which I tried to create a little bit of like a blurry effect for, if anything. I didn't want that part to stand out too much. Next, we're going to work on the demonstration with the normal 9000 graphite pencils. And so right away, oh, I should probably explain that this is a fox and not a dog. If you're wondering what type of dog it's supposed to be, it's actually supposed to be a fox. I know it looks a little bit like a dog at this stage though. And so I'm starting out same method that I used with the matte pencils. I'm just like filling in the darker areas to begin with. And from this lighting and angle, you can see that the areas look pretty dark, but for those of you who use graphite, you probably know that once you kind of like move the paper around in different light and adjust it, it will kind of like reflect depending on the lighting that you're using, and you kind of lose that value when that happens. So you have to be careful at what angle you're filming when you're filming graphite videos for YouTube especially. Now I don't have any like artificial lights right now, and I've actually bought some to kind of like upgrade my art studio with, but for now I'm just using natural light, and so that explains also why the graphite is not reflecting. But later I will kind of move it around a bit so you guys can get a better idea of how that looks at different angles. And so just like I did with the cat, I'm just creating fur strokes here, but I found it to be more challenging than I did with the cat. And I think it's because with normal graphite, you really do have to build up to those dark layers. And so I found that I was having a bit more trouble, and it took me a little bit longer to actually build up. And it's actually rare that I ever do a graphite drawing just on its own. I always like to add in some kind of other medium to make sure I get my darks as dark as I like them to be. I'm not a huge fan of just graphite on its own because of that. And so whenever I do use graphite on its own, I kind of notice that this tends to happen. And so it takes me a little while to build things up. I didn't spend too long on this fox though, because it was kind of one of those pictures where it fades out towards the sides, and so I did my best with the actual face portion, but I was having issues with the fur texture, especially because the fur was actually quite white and I didn't want to create a background to showcase the white fur, so I kind of just made the fur a little bit darker than it should have been. And you could see that I'm kind of like layering up. Sorry about all the twisting and turning, by the way, but I'm just layering up on some of those darker areas to deepen my values. So as promised, let's go ahead and do a little side-by-side comparison now of these drawings, because I know that this part's probably important for people to see if you're like considering trying out these new pencils. So here is what the drawing looks like with the matte graphite, and then this is the normal graphite pencils. So right off the bat you can kind of see that the depth in this one is a bit better because you are able to get those darker values. Now I want to do like a shine test here. I'm going to kind of like move it around in different lights, and you can see that there is some graphite shine, but is it very severe? I would say it's really not. I mean, it isn't like, you know, completely changing as I move this around in different light. You can see a little bit of a sheen at some points. Now for this one, you can do the same sort of test and see it. Well, when you move it this way, see, let me try that again with the cat. So you could see that there's a bit of a sheen, but when I do it with the fox, it seems to be a lot worse when it hits that certain light. And I'm not sure how much of this you're going to be able to see on camera, but you can kind of just see looking at like the points of the pencil. The bottom one, the normal graphite, is just a lot shinier. You can see that shiny graphite already, versus this top one is definitely more matte. So to come to a conclusion here, which one is better, slash do you need to try them both, or what do you need to know about these pencils? I think that it is worth trying these new matte pencils because you never know, you might actually really love them, and if you're someone who doesn't love graphite pencils already as they are, then maybe you'd like these a bit better just because you're able to get some more depth. They don't feel like graphite pencils to me either. They don't have that same feeling when you apply them. So it really depends on how you feel about normal graphite as well. If you're somebody who likes to use like charcoal pencils or carbon pencils because you like to get that dark feel, but you feel like charcoal or carbon pencils can be kind of messy, then this might be a pretty good middle ground for you, because even though they're not going to get quite as dark as a charcoal pencil would, they're not going to go completely black, but regardless, you're able to get way more contrast than you are able to with normal graphite pencils. And I recommend that you try these out. I think they're a good, high quality product by Faber Castell. If you've tried these out already, let me know what you think of them in the comments down below. I'm sure a lot of you guys already tried out the 9000 pencils, which have been on the market forever and a lot of people love them. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. And thank you guys as always for watching today's video. I hope it was fun for you guys to draw along with me with these and compare the pencils. I hope to make more comparison videos in the future because I find them very fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you're enjoying this type of content. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Bye!